4.7 Masomo Asempa FM. Yamamunyana Akwaba Edemoba Ekosiisen Jumedi eso. And wow, from the start, made it to just say any Benyan penny for me, studio ha already Mate, Honorable Michael Okyere Baafi Enka, or a former deputy trade and industry minister, and or sign so a former CEO of the Free Zones Authority. Martin and Canada, chairman at the Coca Abekansa, on a former regional chairman for the NDC here in the Greater Accra region. Utiena Wajincha 0548 443 523. WhatsApp number 0548 443 523. Ubetimi Ede Wajincha no Abrene Ajemre Akain Amamo 0548 443 523. Very, very important. We say, okay, Tiana, the birthday of lawyer Godwin Eduji Tamaklo, or no, a CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, into lawyer Godwin Eduji Tamaklo. Happy birthday to you and live to be 94.7 and beyond. Lawyer Eduji Tamaklo. This one says, happy birthday to Adenoho Nswa Kwabena Gabriel, a teacher at Atroni Methodist Basic School. God bless your new age, sir. Master Planner Junior, Kentampo Ede Way Abraying. This one says, Obi, having listened to the circular from the NSS, I believe the blanket revocation of appointments by this administration should be given a second look, looking at the numbers. This ritual over the years only brings discomfort to a lot of people, including those who have nothing to do with partisan politics. If the appointees are qualified and can deliver to satisfaction to the benefit of the country at large, why not? Let's change the status quo for once in the interest of Mother Ghana. Anyways, interesting interview as usual. Jomo Pokwase Festus. Obi, kindly ask Honorable Baafi if he's ever had engagement with the African Center for Economic Transformation, ACET, and if he is privy to their African Transformation Index report, which is centered on 5 economic transformational pillars, being diversification, export competitiveness, productivity, that's productivity increases, technology upgrading, and human well-being for the year 2000 to 2020, covering 30 countries. Thank you. From Alfred. Alfred now ono anyway praying. Obi, the fight against Galamsey is progressing well with a new strategic approach. The Lands Minister's revelation about the destruction of over 7,500 football pitches of forest reserves highlights the urgency of this battle. Meanwhile, the NIB's role in ensuring accountability is crucial, as accountability has no expiry date. Every public official must be reminded of this principle. Happy birthday to NPA CEO Eduji Tamaklo. Way Efri Musa Abattoir, somewhere in Asawase, Kumase, and Oduweaba. Musa Abattoir. Yedase. Mama chairman ade Akwaba na afi yentwaso Ekosiisen so ene chairman Akwaba.
Amejozo.
Not then.
Yemna adumo. Me watchero.
Too much.
Hey, almost 2 years or 2 years.
Yeah. Say about na the message. Bazo bibi aboko.
Yemna adumo. Yemna adum. Yeda nyame ase de enyu abri wa me ne nkwa. Ma ya ba studio ibedi nkomo. Afa Ghana ho Ghana ohie nyina
nsam so de bebre ho
bebre nsam no do so bebre.
So from the days leading up to the elections and after the elections, yen share dey share yen din komo. After elections, you are in your second month in government.
That's right.
Second month in government. Are you impressed so far as a senior member of the NDC?
Oh, Obi, first and foremost, Bibi happening there. The president, well, organizers, all the 16 regional organizers. Wa Mahwan position as friend and presidential staffers.
No, onion na kakra. Now, oh, yeah, some papa.
Oh, yeah, some papa. And now you are bringing the party and government, party into governance. Party in there, or form government. Exactly. And it is very important that at any given time, there shouldn't be so much a gap between the government and the party. Or the I don't know your elections are a party. Yeah. Obumuno. Party for us that. Ambana and show and why? Until this is or as Papa a novelty. Our party we introduce at least Oman Kofu the party will recognize.
Baba, it will be good for the party, but is it necessarily good for the country and the government? Because the government is not a party government, it's a government of the state. And I ask this question based on the news desk report, Overseer newspaper. What's the decision to appoint the 16 regional organizers as presidential staffers comes in response to growing unrest among party members regarding the limited scope of the current appointment. The discontent stems from President Mahama's commitment to a streamlined government, limiting ministerial positions to 60, a promise that has inadvertently left several party stalwarts without their anticipated roles. John Mahama made a promise to build the
lean government.
A lean government. In fact, also the most leanest in our history. Exactly. But with this, the why Robin Peter to
no. Since you are so far, presidential staffers are 1 point. We are 15. Undo more than 20.
Yes.
Eba Kawa never can man will be there. 36 and now 40.
Yes.
It is still lean. We are within it. Compared to previous governments, president staff have been in them 500, 600,000, but this is only about 30, 40, 50. Won't baby
except in times past, presidential staffers now. Yeah. One hour political appointments, around about 300. Civil servants.
Exactly.
Presidential staffers and as
no, presidential staffers.
Staffers are obedience staffers.
Yes.
They're not 300.
No. Say to you, staffers, you were presidential staffer, and you were technical assistants. But they are all political.
So, I understand you, but words, Yes. Sorry, sir. Sorry, Mira, Madam, respectfully. My son say, presidential staffer, more presidency piano at any given time. They may not exceed 30 or 40.
That's true.
But all these political appointees, and when now, presidential staffers, other
political appointees.
Thanks so much.
Into numbers are 1.6 and better about 20. No, it's 16 about county. Numbers no anything now about there. Oh yeah, but it's very important. But if actually the cabinet, general secretary,
chairman,
work cabinet. If you are going to, if you want to decouple your government, the party structures, you need about governance, they'll make a big mistake because the party, our government, so if a conform government, if it's there, a region, and then they do that because party and then they only. Party in a government, and then they join a party. Those foot soldiers, party officials, they give you the head, the leg for you to stand on. And so, very important. Very important that at least they once who position, they can at any given time let the government be aware
of what is happening
exactly
on the ground.
Of what is happening on the ground.
Esha, what say some of them might be stationed within the regional coordinating councils to ensure a direct reporting line to the president. This arrangement aims to enhance the synergy between regional administrations and the central government, facilitating more cohesive policy implementation and feedback mechanism.
Very important.
One won't they go and usurp the power?
No, I don't think so.
Of the regional ministers?
No. About complement the work of the regional minister.
When you get a powerful regional organizer, presidential.
No, but don't forget that the minister, regional minister is a minister.
Yes.
Today, I'll give you some example. There 3 wise men were appointed.
Yes.
3 wise men were appointed. You know, they were supposed to complement the work of the minister. They never superseded the work of the minister. And these people cannot supersede the work of the minister. Anyway, because why do we have unit committees? It's part of them. The unit committees are able to tell the party what is on the, because government, when you're in Kobe, your eyes will not be everywhere. And it's one of the good things I'm missing there. And another thing I feel the President Obotumwaye, constituency chairman, they should be made MCs.
Constituency chairman?
Chairman. You see, because constituency chairman, my brother here will tell you, constituency chairman, they are in the constituencies with the people. They know where in here this development was. In here they got our this street because they live with the people.
Okay.
And if you want to take governance to the people, it is this kind of people for 8 years they've been the people, they know the concerns of the people. So you reduce governance to the level one can say because they will be in a position to tell you what is until let us reset. Before there's always a distance between the government that is the top and the middle and then the ground. So there's a big gap. So every 4 years, when you go for election, look, Obi, you know that party. About Nefi, MP for Bakacha there, the people got angry with them because they felt that they were distant from the governance. And so we have to avoid this apathy to take place. I think it's something that we should.
The second proposal is a bit interesting there. For every constituency, the chairman of the party in the constituency
should be the MC,
the MC or the DC.
To DC.
Even if the person hasn't got that requisite.
No, but if he hasn't got it, then you don't appoint the person.
Okay.
If he hasn't got that, but at least you can see some chairman. There are president, chairman, they're even professors.
Sure.
Some are doctors, some are lawyers. These politicians now, that is why you should look at the Nipakona or chairman. What is his ability? That and that also settles the score of having 15, 20, 30 people, every Tom, Dick, and Harry applying to be an MC or DC. In that house. So these are the kind of things I see a resetter or the Yenua Okong. And so far, after 45 or 46 days, I think the reset is on course. Okada Obeye, lean government. Why? Yes, this is our 54 ministers. 56 Waka 4. Obey set up committees to review the what they call it the national constitution, SHS free school. It's all those things. Now, after 3rd of March, what can budget now? In the next year, what is the way forward? What are the intentions of the foundations? As far as Nyamako, I believe that he's laying the foundation. We should be happy about that.
But some have said apart from generally the fact that what started here, there are some monumental slips. Be as a one checker, they might define his administration. One of them being the mass revocation of appointment of some for Ghana for Wenye Ejuma in the last administration.
Mama Nkasa Mintro. Timer ye transition. Both the government and the incoming government when you're meeting and the decision was made that the government should hold on appointing people. Because Obano, he needs a physical space. Take your back to Professor Mills. You remember when Professor Mills came to power, he had this single spine.
Yes.
Which was left to him. Was it Ojem? Into Inyamenya or Babeninya, order or hold on. Because he has Ayambra, there on salaries to a certain level. The mana wa Baboma, Skanagasa or Osbeyen or Wainfa. And it became an albatross on him. On the same level, Abano or exit, or when the government exists on the 7th of January. But within that period, what do? You have to take cognizance of the fact that if I can't buy man, I'm find any fit. So you don't load the person with so much burden.
Okay.
If you look at the Americans, the problem here had the transition or very short. Like the American system, one election November, and the president takes over in Abadi
20th January
around that time. So almost 2.5 months. Within that period, the government is able to sit down with the outgoing government. What shall one yamaye? They look at the finances. They look what your BBR. Look, even the incoming government or start vetting. Wabia 1 year then once you in since you're Ghana still I have vetting still abanaba in the year 25th January still I have vetting. All these things should have ended within a period or enough until when the government comes or take off smoothly. But now man what appoint the deputy minister, what appoint CEO. But America, so we need to revisit our transitional arrangements bill, so that transition. There are certain problems regarding what you have said. And if we agree that your transition, aban orkono from 3 months to election, now I am handing over notes. And I am handing over notes within 3 months to the election. Yes. How come that after election you are still handing over notes now? It's within 3 months to election. Everything says Abano handing over notes, and then we wait a win election. You continue. If you don't win, what happened? You come back again. Anyway, these are the things that nuances are all my problem here, Eric Urban. Because the government now has to find money to pay. Manana Abano arrangement all year for transitional budget. All these things were not factored into it. Now the government must now find money to come and pay people on budgeting for. I think we should learn from best practices and avoid the kind of situation that here women. They are all Ghanaians, granted, they are all Ghanaians. Because I'm there been more was one coffee. They are NDC people. One show when you there NDC are now MPP. So the casualties is affecting everybody. But it is because of the way Yashisha or Madama situation arise. We should revisit and know that after 3 months to elections, because the government had 8 years or so to have employed all these people. And you know that before they employ, what's it? Financial clearance. Most of Kofa were for when there's nothing to indicate that there have been financial clearance. It means that you are leaving the money in place
there for them
to be paid.
I get it that not all of them had financial clearance.
Exactly.
But some did. And in the case of nurses, the teachers, the records show there was financial.
That is clearance. Why Minister for Health.
Yes.
Okay, they have financial clearance up to 20, is it 24th December? I heard him say something like that. And that period, those nurses are one, nobody is touching them.
But teachers now also have financial clearance, no?
I'm sure Aruna has said that when the work financial clearance, they are going to maintain because the money is available. But when I want you financial clearance, yes, one call, review. Your reviewer. Now you need to be re-employed. No, it will be done. We are not saying that go home and don't come back. They will review the system, and those who are qualified to come back, we create the financial space for them and then employ them. It's not something over there, but we have to redefine and fine-tune our transitional provisions. Obama, these things, need to we should have finality to this kind of situations.
Yeah, it's true. Meaning, Honorable Baafi, what do you think? A random story. I mean, this whole thing around revocations and adeno and Makai national service, even a volunteer service, have been asked to go home. On that particular story, with national service volunteers, national organizer of the NPP, or say even common volunteers are being sacked. What a pity. President Mohammed's second coming is fast becoming a huge disappointment. Now, even common volunteer workers without salary are being sacked. What a shame. Henry Nanabuache and on the way Abba. Yes.
You, Mira, me das me answer na me kasa ho no me pese me de ncha kese ma me krom hene. Nana kwakubuati otoso miensa. Okay. Mira wadaroma onkwaso. Minimze na enye ye ne papa eye ebaso nyambwa from Monday eko ewo kwawu twenase asempa enti ye kase Mira wadaroma ebe tawochi na biomichia kofudiafo na mesa edenchia ene asem kase ama new regional minister I appoint no Eastern regional minister. Okay. Honorable Akusua Awate me pacho kofudia oba kofudia be hu se ye boko peaceful community ye ne ye nuanom NDC for it se nuanom oba so se ne me ni Mira kevo ye bonkomo ye nua me nuanom no obi obe NDC pani ho bia me nuanom me nyom nyina tie me srew you know for problem bia makromo oba ye nche me srew pa the minister I'm just saying this me problem bia because a back critical Mira adikoka ha meka so a back critical me support Kofodia for against whoever will create problem for us. Could be member of parliament manu job in south. Yes. Until buy any decision be a takey a bind than a taking no leave them that's as arrangement in town. Even if any decision papa they make can say if a contract has been signed whatever arrangement it is. Yes. My company for be how cast much my company for baby how ko bomb money say arrangement bia or why ya signed contract bia na arrangement bia o bia ye nyan na arrangement in town ye mpe bibia be ko fa watimi wakame say nipa ho adwuma ene na ye politicians enti ye nipa ho adwuma menyin ni say o se ye so ni baby so aban we ba na obey the ope na ko we ko na obey the ope that is not the way to go ye build the crew a bit of mine inu go so so Makani say no, many have been so 8 years or Chicago area Jimai, or Chicago, Mechiabi. Mejide say Adebakwa last week or 2 weeks ago, Bebaha Mekaye, Yenina fell President Mahama Basu, na Membo, and a Juma or ye, an appointment or ye. I mean, something different. I think was setting a new standard, a new pace for every political party to follow with that government one day up, which is very important to me. Because for the first time, I mean, party chairpersons, party regional secretaries are almost appointed as regional ministers. A lot of them, almost all of them, senior.
Would that be for the first time?
No, I
know under the regional secretaries were made.
Regional
ministers, including
regional secretaries,
central regional.
Yes. Minka say, okay. Me say this is the first time in the history. I mean, me study politics. Me vanessa. I me who say a lot of the regional executives, as regional chairmen or chairpersons, regional women organizers, regional secretaries, appointed regional ministers. Okay. Almost all the regions. I mean, something that Yankasi and Yangi idea Faniaka because ye book on mine Koso. It be this on my penny wire dear pa. And a bill was also appointed regional organizers. And they said on Benny the Omasaba. But it's also important to note, say, at least regional organizers so a party
presidential staff
party in any abino said they're not chairman cano. All bit we anticipated there will be problems. That one there, it's something that is inevitable. I mean, no be any bit but I never go a car or a person NDC for any repair and say a re no. Enough feeding na what time as my name was the man ye and your man yab I was almost yen and then your china because your man effort appointing regional chairpersons, regional secretaries to be regional ministers, at least regional organizers. They cannot add and your man and then your china my boy. Their NDC was chief of staff and then your china was signing a letter. Say Edme for Ghana, you know, be uncle Treffy. That should be done as soon as possible. Yeah, and then your train, and I say, on Benny Muhammad, I name repay. Because that is the see that then I was your boy, someone because near your own convention.
Only Ghana, my food,
daddy, Obianco Tenfi. I don't know, or we are no Maya, and no Ghana food near bear convention. Amano. Amana, then you are back near boy and some mano. So I had because you are the being serious that. Because who buy no super reset Ghana reset what you money ever kind. Who say Ghana? Ye Kufuado and ye. Me, I was a member of the Ghana Revenue Authority Board. Me catch say Ghana Revenue Authority. Me, I was the finance committee chairman, the board subcommittee on finance. I was the chairman, and we gave approval for recruitment in June last year. And so because most of us were corporate people. We have been in corporate for so we agreed at the board meeting. Board records no, it's a public institution, so these are records that can easily be accessed. Say correct. Nekai say when we gave the approval in June, see yes sir, recruitment June or July, July or I think June or July back. Yama see recruitment. Ni agree say we don't want to be part of the process. Say I can say we ya fa party ya fa winti ya fa ni nanko ba KPMG no munye adwuma no. So from the beginning of the recruitment process to the end, it was done by KPMG as a matter of fact. The current Commissioner General no only the contract them now on the report final report to bring in November. That's when they say okay we need to recruit to me appointment letters. O say ye need budget and ye agree or board say ye mamusa. What are we talking about?
Oh, yeah, GRA.
Ghana Exim Bank. People were recruited in July. We gave financial. I mean, because it's a parastatal organization, we don't take because it's not subvented by government. See, yeah, they take a decision at the board. Now, these recruitment have been done. Then a new leader or says uncle phoning the recruitment July and now or revoke appointment. Now they are Canadian. They can say I say about private institution kwasi asempa or be you the Kotrefi. That's what they will do. Now as and then real cranium who say the way no omunye bida. I'm trying to say is that the way to go? Mira, share your Ghana hano. And the pen make catch a million NDC for million more parliament. We age mates make catch them say Enchebian, ye grow gun high. Young political class, and na man go for 2 boy. A came. Come who's in the Babonefo. Because see, we are going to create a situation now. On the back government action, whoever will win the next election, so on your party for they will start thinking of. And almost on the time on Bayahon, dear Binjabida. Open market, I'm not a prophet. Neither am I a seer, but I'm telling you. Whether it's a prophecy or what, market, where young person, we don't know who's to consolation, and as all run it, wow, obey, media house, and as all BBC, and whatever. Obete, now because Minya Kofi Kanaye, my studio, me sure I say, Edua Ben Becca say, MPP for NDC for a farm 8 years and as 4 years, I'm going to Trevi. Is that the way to go? How can a government be so insensitive like that? In this situation, the political system has become so polarized here, and the Ghana have much chair because of politics. And see, the system has become so hard. Young him said we are saying this year. Obu wa hwe said scammers. Omo ya no use you din any social media names nobody boo unim scam nkofo ebi o hodoma say ton metre bia na ba MP bacho obi so de mbeko police bi o obajibe 30,000 say hey kofo pakru na me nkɔhwɛ no o say nbako de yentimi hu no obajibe 30,000 mbisi ni bi o me 30,000 mini bi ene na ma meka say omko ton abushasa ase South on a koto bushasa say do the supplement no whatever all bet it's not good when ya recruitment said ni nuanum e be nya mfaso why you dey to fie e fie onko no madronwu na wo no bantrase eni de na da woji say jango for small boy na what are you talking about? We are not kids. Yeah. Me say minia the NDC for e dey ekon what is going to happen in the next 4 years or 8 years? Say I buy for bar. What up a missing market today? I'm telling you. A bit on one say. Say NDC for nipa inform you nyanko trefie because why you be paying? NEIP, what happened the NEIP workers? These are contract staff.
They haven't sacked.
What's suspended? I mean it is Chairman Bajo. Show Tio Mira Obi.
I'll come to you.
Mira Obi, ABS Sida Ghana. Say edwuma ko bi ho yes staff we hold na suspend them go fi what be fit o penny in your corporate like work why what be that no bezo ka say ayan na bi na me to so one come nya ka
staff no the argument the counter
bezo ka say what be that
are not
permanent staff
no
me no na me ka
and that there is no clear funding line for the asala
no medical cancer mo kireo medical cancer mo kireo say make say all but they are not permanent staff. I said it before.
Okay.
And I say maybe some question Matthias here. But what some will be that we are saying. See that. And the NDC was set a record. On planning a buy a bag gun ha. And you back what you need paying in some go traffic. No, I'm going no
suspended.
See, almost say NDC for say. We had more NEIP. Amunion more we do what there be an omniska would be money crassy. Almost say, Omun go traffic. No more con will grow no for to become my minimum crassy no more you know man tell you as in there. That's what they're saying. It been see that. It has never happened before. Now is that the way to go as a man? Resetting Ghana. Who resetting Ghana? Where resetting US Secretary General? Because they been see that. Where reset team was and they been see that. That's never happened in the history of Ghana. Say, Oman Penibi Eba Bemu, Oman Penibi why President Pen, or Savasa Bemu Bill, or Ba Bemuno. Ne, you just said your Beno, or Bayani Mama Ghana for in the home fast war. Send or Bama Ghana for show volunteers. You don't know, you know what they do?
Yes.
Do you know how much they pay them?
No, so we with service, no.
But do you know how much
you apply to volunteer?
Do you know how much
you don't get the full service?
That's what I would do. It's a poultry, a poultry 500 Ghana cities or 400 Ghana cities. When they been show money on them, I was school. When they been at the bomb crop for a bit nante no to quack or gracia.
Okay.
President Mahamba say, and every one man National Service Authority. See you a man strict direction say only sanko for you the no ko onko no drongu onko no drongu no but the man ni nuanom trust ni there e bin see that this is the first time and we cannot say yeah mother and this boy wafo omo ya wade pa o e bin see that me say omo set record Ghana and it is the way to go if that's the way to go be say market mbezo market
yes
na chairman you wada roma
yes
what's that market was me say if this is the way to go who do for market a government abeba after me say after NDC no
repeating itself
4 years 8 years obi anko trefi that's what you want
wama enough reasons why that decision is a wrong decision
obi about answer that child because I don't but meet you Oh, come on, because I'm making the time of my.
Oh, God, Mama, you are only two.
No, I'm studying time.
I can come back to you. Don't worry. I will come back to you. Don't worry.
No, we're just talking.
Yes.
This is total exaggeration.
Really?
Total exaggeration.
And you're just numbers. So these are human beings.
Listen,
who are going to sit.
We are seeing Obia Yejino from 7 before after 7 December.
Yes.
Those are the people we are dealing with.
And national health insurance. Oh my October. National health insurance. From October.
Chairman, the records do not support
Ghana Exim Bank
claim just after December 7th. Yeah. In fact, some people who were employed in your appointment letter in October, some in November, have all been asked.
Yes, so that is why we said that. If GR for no can, they have clearance. They are going to go back.
When?
But now you have to investigate first. You just can't tell us that more clearance without us investigating it. What we are doing is that I know within the next 2-3 weeks, those who have been properly engaged, they are going to go back.
But did they have to go home before the investigation?
Yeah, but because you see, the 7th October.
Yes.
Sorry, 7th December. Anybody employed after that period. That was the memo that came out.
Yes.
Now, if within that memo, some infractions are taking place, which you are saying there, Obinumba interview from October, and I want to appreciate the fact that how can somebody come for interview in October, November, December? As the interview, and how many people were you employing? You couldn't, beginning of September, or whatever it is, you couldn't have finished the interview on time to be able to employ them. I mean, what kind of system were you?
Ghana Revenue, they did aptitude test. We are oral interviews. We are medical.
How long?
In 5 months, nobody here. That is KPMG.
No, the 5 months of those.
I pay.
It depends on the organization.
No.
Background checks.
Confined a one employee. Is it in thousands? In thousands, yes. Take 5 months to check their backgrounds. Ebi confined GR okay. Confined and awaji Ebi 50.
No.
I'm confined emoji.
It's almost about 1,000.
Look at that. How can you sit down?
About 500 and something.
How can you sit down as a corporate body and boom, muji 500 people? No, maybe.
What are you talking about, Chairman?
All of a sudden, 500 vacancies. All of a sudden, 500 vacancies. And those vacancies go up. Yeah, Ghana. We never saw any advert. Say, you have 500 vacancies. Apply.
Let me correct. No. Because I was part of it.
No, maybe.
Let me correct it. As I quit,
we are board member.
Me a board member of GRA. Yeah, advert in the Daily Graphic.
Sir.
For about 1 month, one full month.
Pull out.
No, I'm telling the truth. I can't. Please, let your producer
pull out.
call GRA, the HR unit now. The guy said, "Only advert."
And that's all mine.
1 month in the dailies. 1 month. And KPMG and on GRA.
Your intervention is well noted. Chairman,
you are distracted.
I'm not. No. I'm not distracted. Chairman,
Baafi, look, realistically.
Yes.
I've also worked in the private sector and I've worked in the government institution. I know how employment are done.
Yes.
Employment takes 5 months. 5 months. Then but there must be serious inefficiency in the system. 5 months to about 6 months to employ people. I been interview but about background check. have a background, have a medical, and will be taking 5 months. Don't tell this to the Marines. When we want to justify they'll give us some a marine story. Look, the system, you had 8 years to do this employment. More 5 months to election. Then you advertise and you are taking 1,000 people as they go, 2,000 people as they go. These are political gimmicks. So that you give them present, the population is there. You are recruiting people. And then when you go to find out, some of the people who were recruited took complimentary cars. Some of them, a better complimentary card, ammo. So we know the system. We know the system operates. So we are saying that we are going to investigate. When you have been properly engaged, you've gone through the process. If it's 5 months and it took you to go to a process and it's a correct processor, you get your job back. But we believe that there are a lot of infractions in the system. A lot of infractions, and we are correcting some of them. No, there's no financial clearance for them. That I see. So when we do that and there's financial clearance, we are going to abide by the whatever legal regime we will abide by it. But first and foremost, the government is entitled. Trump yesterday, or what did he do? You say on my email, no, come and tell us what work did you do during the week? How did it go? Then we're more up to the close of Monday in the yesterday. If you don't respond, what are they going? You either consider yourself sacked or yeah. So every government has got the right to do it, so that you know the ghost names are people even why they don't exist. And so this is not on yet BBR or happy.
The point has been made consistently, and I think even the former vice president, so Okyere, there, if you are a government that promised to come and create jobs,
we will
for
create
the
the
youth,
jobs.
The least you can do is not to be sacking one away in your many be away that.
Obi, listen there.
Yes,
we are doing investigation. Go and sit home. When we clear you, we are going to take you. At the end of the day, no, at least you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Maybe they were not properly engaged. We are not sacking them. Let's go home within the next few weeks. No, we will go to the. Yeah, no
revocation of contract is. There is no employment.
Let us know.
Yes.
Yeah, revoke appointment.
Memoir. Chief of staff.
Yes. We saw the memo.
What's in it?
Revoke.
Also revoke. All appointments have been revoked. He added that.
Now one can't.
Now that is what they come on. Let me tell you what Kasacha knows. Something because
revoke.
Yes.
We are going to investigate. When we see that you are properly employed,
yes,
we will rescind the revocation. That's what we are going to do. And trust me, within the next 3-4 weeks, you hear people who have been asked to go back to work. Because I was speaking to some of the CEOs, and they said that they are doing investigation. Because I'm saying that even though it is not written in your face, there are NDC and NPP. I've had NDC people calling me to say that they've been asked to go home. So our people too are involved. That I say, yes. So it is not a matter of the who investigate. You are properly engaged. You come back, and then we are going to create the enabling environment. We are going to create grow the economy so that more people are employed. We are not going to ask them. Look, we've been in power for only 44, 45, 46 days. You have been in power for 8 years. And if you had done your things properly, we will not get to where we are today, talking about people being laid off. You had all the 8 years to properly do so that, but no, 3 months to elections, there was no need for you to go and start employing people. We had Osafo Mafo when he was being vetted. Okay, then, as in there, the government cannot be employing people for them because those who have they will do invest and they will quietly lay them off. I'm paraphrasing what he said. This is something that you lay people off because you felt that they were not properly engaged. When you did investigation and they were properly, you took them back. It's not nothing that is untoward. We want to make sure that there's money to pay them. If there's no money to pay them and they are properly We will find money to pay them. They are not going to. They are Ghanaians. They must eat. They must pay their rent. They must. So don't exaggerate the thing that President Mahama or about weighing crazy. What happened? Look, Professor Mills Obayano, he tried to keep MMDCs in position for about 3 months, so that so that President Akufo-Addo, what did he do? Time I was swearing in within 72 hours. All MMDs and all this. What cast them on 1 year bidder? What cast them on 1 year bidder?
Yeah, but you are comparing apples to oranges. So MMDCs are political
apart from MMDC.
Yes.
Other workers were laid off.
Like?
Oh, national service full. Yeah, most of our boys are national service. They were laid off. Obi, don't think that this has never happened before. But what I'm saying is that going forward, let us have a transitional actor. Obama exactly.
Very well.
That is what we should
Very
do.
well. My main can messages kakra and woot 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. Your WhatsApp number. No, we say Obi, please. Good evening. Can you ask Chairman Adekoka on my behalf that those people employed, are they not Ghanaians? Also, the delay might have occurred due to background checks, such as confirmation of certificates, criminal records, and medical records. Awal, Edia, Ode Abba, and no Awal, Yedase. Obi, good afternoon. Tell Chairman that I applied for employment at a state bank in Ghana during around 2001. I did both aptitude tests and face-to-face interview in 2002. And I was finally given employment on the 13th of September 2004. Employment can take a whole lot of time, so he shouldn't say how long will it take to employ someone. And from Nipan, I just say it almost 4 years. And son and sa kind appointment. De Bright, Ewo Chira in the Bono region. Obi, President Mahama should stop the unnecessary revocation of the contract of government employees. How can you promise a 24-hour economy and turn around to sack teachers, nurses, and the security personnel, etc. across the country? Mr. President, please focus on delivering your 24-hour economy and leave these innocent people alone. In Shraba Anelka. Obi, what is Chairman Adekoka saying? That those whose appointments are being revoked weren't known, and it wasn't known to the current government, and that was in the transitional handing over document. What kind of absurdity is that? Is Chairman Adekoka saying that those who were given appointments between September and November but are being sacked weren't known to the transition team? Okay, into Onel Amponsa, Amsterdam. Obi, they keep telling us that they did the midnight mass recruitment based on financial clearance. Can the media interrogate further? What was the period for that clearance? Why didn't they pay them? Was there any provision made in the 2025 first quarter budget prepared by Amin Adam? Why would someone be appointed on the 12th of December 2025 and yet appointment letter is dated July 2023? Prof. Ewot Tema. Prof, thank you. We say Obi, good afternoon. The government that championed the 24-hour economy has changed course, now dismissing workers and reviving unemployment. They assured us they had mechanisms to solve the power crisis, but it has intensified. They promised drastic fuel reductions, which proved to be false. They also stated that cocoa prices should be 6,000 Ghana cedis, but are now providing unconvincing justifications. With 2028 looming, Ghanaians deserve better. Good afternoon to Honorable Protozua, Same Boache, Ewo Asaman Kese. Dear Obi, GRA adverts are always in the dailies, but they never state the name GRA in the ad.
Because the kind of agreement one person be so political. And so
even though GRA
they give it. Most companies don't write their names. They just but when you go you apply. Now kwa obi who say GRA. And what is important is KPMG.
And managing
and process. So GRA didn't even take part of it.
There are so many part-time workers friends GRA for so many years.
And I make us say
they have not confirmed them.
Contract
workers. No, contract workers. Contract workers will pay break, and then you go and
no, but it's part of it.
I've got people who are calling me now. I'm from their contract workers.
I am just telling you
for about 4 or 5 years.
They're still on contract. I'm contract workers. Oh, GRA.
Yes.
I got to them. So the best we can do, we have to absorb
all of
them into the system. So it was part of that arrangement in a two-tier arrangement. These people I'm about truncated at the end. And it is, I mean, unprecedented. We say we revoke the appointment. Nadia who say was a kaka was on coffee and room.
And only this
no, and this is the moment account.
But we say Obi, I know a friend who paid 30,000 Ghana cedis to have his younger sister recruited into the Ghana Police Service. The fact is people have paid huge sums of money to be employed. They should interview all these people so that they can refund those monies they have collected from innocent young ones seeking for employment for a living. Obi, it's not easy, I tell you. We want funny din anka. Obi, did I hear veteran Adekoka say they will only sack the nurses who did not get financial clearance before they were employed? How can nurses be employed without financial clearance? Ghana Health Service is not a joke. They should simply feel free and go ahead. Amino, Ewo in Sawem.
We have never said anything about nurses in this room.
Yes.
We have never said anything about nurses in this room. Have we?
No, sir, Obeka say health minister Naka so more the NDC.
Me say I know I also on Saki because or no amount clearance up to 31st December.
Me bato ya Saki obina. Ti de make Obi. Mami kasem cho.
The minister stood in parliament.
Obi.
Made a statement.
Anna chairman kasabi obo me kasabi.
No, but
chairman spoke for about 12 minutes. Me tell me time on. Me kasa you.
No, Baafi, no, don't say don't.
Chairman Matibira. Chairman.
Now say health workers no
me catch I am telling you in confidence as a member of parliament for the good people of Rujab and South.
Yes.
The nurses are recruit government mom. Mamika said me say I was a member of the transition team.
Yes.
And all these appointments are we discuss the transition.
About what?
They make a
statement.
Anybody me say
recruitment after
transition.
You were there.
Yes.
The meetings now here called.
Yes.
We discuss all the recruitments. And the system no.
Okay.
We discuss the transition meeting. And approval given by both sides of the transition. I mean both leaders, chairpersons are present to side. So approval were given at the transition meeting. That all these people know because we are already giving them financial clearance and they are making provision in the budget in the parliament in December. No, they are making provision.
The appropriation ahead of
we gave clearance. We are giving financial arrangement to pay these people for it to come and continue.
To settle this matter. To settle this matter. You are a journalist.
Chairman, go Martin. But you one by one.
No, I will sit down for him.
Chairman,
let him finish. Then you bring in
13 minutes.
Counterfeit.
Honorable
MP Mepacho ETO.
Mira. Mira Adikoka Wadaroma Mira Tio me say Obian why you recruit just say ya sorry ya recruit Obi. It was not done. And we see in the American system I practice pure presidential system of government arrangement transition arrangement 2 months till and that period arrangement be any AD be Biden person on the coup your call. Any recruitment be on person we be nothing is stopped.
Exactly.
In American system.
Exactly.
One can say ye transition and as a very lose election there, a very new quite so or government country.
That one is.
And then we say a whole system no. Near say ye talk back and now we didn't route so we take over the governance of the country. As far as in focus as the president of the country or executive powers of states backed by the constitution of the country, he can take any decision on behalf of the country, and that decision must stand. I don't know anything about my but they don't mind you on my and I say agro. So I will say, my penny to no man penny ya tobano. Yet to abano, yet to man say, okay, only on minus for 4 years. Only on minus for 4 years. That 4 years, I can't 1 month. I'm a time to do. Well, lose elections to say 1 month do not.
Or the proposition be by say the Transitions Act,
must be reviewed.
No, extra time was say agency be a ministry. I'm prepare more handing over. That is about 3 months to the next election.
That is what is
and
that
in the intention of the framers of our act,
that
who think say at that time everything should come to a
that is what is supposed to be the case.
Yes.
But the point I'm making to you is that why do we have a transition team? Why do we have a team?
That's
to still discuss one or two things around. Yes, sir.
The handing over notes.
Hand over notes.
No one handing over notes. No. That is what you go to discuss.
Between me and you, I am telling you this in confidence. My can't you may say, there's no institution and no agency of government. Recruitment. Recruitment.
There should have been your handing over notes.
I am telling you, we discussed all of them.
There should have been a handover.
Obi, Obi, I am talking to you in confidence.
I was on the interior committee.
I
was on the interior committee.
Transition committee,
yes.
I discuss recruitment up. I discussing.
I understand that. Do you agree with this proposition? Say going forward, when you finish writing your handing over note, 3 months to election, issues with the Francophone, Yemen season, do you agree?
Yes. Going forward, baby. I'm talking to you as a politician. Me a politician more base. What are you talking about?
In going forward,
baby. If you set NDC for NDC for him for the dia by NDC for also shabani ye krama near follow. They are not supposed to come and set this I mean maybe you should be
this precedent.
Maybe this no. Never can be Bamin cancer. Sir President and Taiway. Yes, I think.
Yeah,
President and Taiway, I will say. And Crawford Brum when you juma, or who are of your classy and Abba Chrome, or Abba Brenham, Abba and your juma, also near Jumano, Obi, but you mean no you because where's I not being fair to me because no have a time meet you stop
Casa meet you message be about a bow and another person me read him out.
Me say,
do like for I don't
can see a time now on my new year. The ambassador can say, we are not going to sit down, say, your position.
Yes.
Your interests, and I say, if I buy we succeed this year, baby. Look at me, a principled politician. Me just me a politician of conviction. Me believe you say, so ya meka. Ya me say,
8 years.
I buy a friend NDC, I buy. You have 2 grounds I follow. Almost setting new standards am I in politics. You need going forward the BRBO. We don't have anything going forward. They say going forward Benewo.
Mobile tit for tat.
No, I'm just trying to say that we have to also reset Ghana. For people to also benefit the reset. What are you talking about?
Anyway, say
yes, you say who say what about very legitimate recruitment. Will follow due process. I recruitment advert.
Even who another reset.
Why you say what my appointment? There's a contract, there's an offer, and there's acceptance.
As a support way for argument. We say Obi, I think Mr. Adekoka needs some education on how recruitment is done for public organizations. After interviews are conducted, interview panels present their report to the respective management, who also forward same to their respective board of directors or management committees. After the boards have given approval, the company management through their respective HR department request for police and medical clearance. Then the certificates presented are sent to the awarding institutions to authenticate the said certificate before the potential employees are given letters to assume duty. He should know that recruitment is not a one-day job, but a process. Again, to ask why a government waits to the end of its year to recruit does not hold water. Is the last month or two of its governing year not part of the 4 or 8 years? When was Mrs. Withal and Domelevo employed? And why revoke before investigate? Why inconvenience those Ghanaians before calling them back? They are just using that period to identify their party folks amongst them. So they called those people to resume work. Unfortunately, one for Udin Anka, but the Eastern Regional Chairman of the NDC, Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, Omanpenyi Apaono as the Director General of the National Information Technology Agency, NITA.
Wow.
Congratulations to Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, who was with us here last week. He is now the Director General, the National Information Technology Agency, NITA. Congratulations, Doc. And we hope.
Somebody cook and Nemma Tinkwa.
Yeah, with the Tinkwa. Meba Mamuni Nama Trust, Meba Ekosiisen, Meba Muyabutre. A higher Sempa FM. Yentia Wemraya Bar, Baafi, Honorable Waha, and the Poka Hayedi. Stay with us.
Upgrades are nice, but stepping up is woohoo! Because when you upgrade with GoTV, we'll step you up to the next package. Upgrade today to get more than more with Step Up, where if you're on GoTV Plus and upgrade to GoTV Max, you'll get even more with GoTV Super. Get big value, get big entertainment, get stepped up to even more with GoTV. Upgrade today on the My GoTV app or visit GoTVAfrica.com. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 31 March 2025.
Tontonte yenno nsane e fadwen ne e fadwen mpa say na nim say brebi beba ama tonti na 74 opa ye ne simple T74 abeye aduro tonti na 74 ana T74 asa twe ya dwene asina nanom dodo so say de na dodo bua ama na nanom enyare basabasa no saa na tonti na 74 ana T74 ebo anipadua no e mo immune support enti obi onum bie no abrebia ne ho denden tonti na 74 yi nso ya ye no se nsuo krokro kama enti baby a wonam bia obetimi de wade akọ samene wa ankafi na ekroyi eda no nko na wie ye wa bra mennom T74 samennom tonti na 74 amenya hoodin mennom ne dabia T74 yi eye hahama ene ye de aye na DHC ena aframa na ye kama saa no T74 ahoodin ni apomuden ko a T74 yi enye ma oba wa fafuro ana obi a oma nufo ana se obi a onya mfie dumienu eto phone 05016289931 and a 0246073498 FDA agi adwadi nkratwe atom
Kanino na kwanya mefa so agi sika mfra manone no eja me adwendwen pii na afempo menye me yonko bi nni biom se ampa wa mane mesika
menso me bisa me yonko bi na oka kire me se na ne yire nso saa kosi se on hyase agi amanone sika fa CBG
oyiwa CBG na meji amanone sika o eye simple menya ne ntem wonte osika bia na bambon so wo anokwa asetine mo aye kama
I'm found the baby our dog for Wiasimo and Mamu Temu Wari. Consolidated Bank Ghana for money transfer services no. Ube to me Jessica every manone in Temso our how be animo. Say a MoneyGram, Western Union, Pay Angel, Transfast, Unity Link, RIA, Isremit, Funes, Tap Send, Anal Therapy, Jiwaman Onisikano, Abrinia Bribian Temso was CBG Kwabata Bia Benwo, Akwa Baba Hotumu. CBG, we stand with you.
Chris, download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy. Yeah. Oh yeah, download it. You gon' enjoy it. In my can pay school fees, even just tights with the apple. Ecobank Apple.
The Ecobank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the Ecobank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with Ecobank. King promise.
Enough is enough. For how long can I spend so much money on electricity? Kojo Italian Solar Technology Limited for no. Omo na omo be install omo solar panel ni bi emani.
Futuo sakra nipo agye so hwampa. Afa na wo pe Italian Solar Technology Limited chikwan. Company na wo residential installation ya. Wo tua 70% eto ase. Na wo ma 4 to 6 months. And some wo tua 30% yaka. Wo benya bi wo.
Omo ye good pa.
Companies and industries here. One capacity a free 200 kilowatts. Edi krokra de. Wo 15% down payment pay no ashase installation ama wo mo na wo ma up to 5 years e dey tua balance no
wa show ye pay we ni efeden
solar panel, solar batteries, solar pumps and solar air conditioners. We design solar systems, homes, offices and large scale installations. We ma free consultancy takrade or Old John Saba Road, Kumasi, Bantam High Street, opposite NPP office in Accra or Ben Zenith Bank no. For 054 971 11191 and 050 300 5353.
Italian Solar Technology Limited.
Save electricity, save the planet.
Arriba! Ekosiisen, wom, Asempa FM. Ekosiisen, wom, Asempa FM. Sempanabo, Obinebano, Biba, Obinebano, Sempanabo. Obinie, Ekosiisen ye, Bonswa wo mene sempa, Debrane mamba, Obi, Som.
Masomo asempa 94.7 FM Ekosiisen dwumedie ena wasuguso a utie no ma yenkan messages ne kakranka na fe memre mpanyefo yi ho na yentoa so we say okay the obi send me appointment letter and oye oba or say she went through the KPMG interview process starting in October into ocean revocation letter now. Also revocation of appointment, and this 13th February, we write in reference to our offer of appointment made in December 2024, pursuant to directives received from the Chief of Staff. The offer of appointment has been revoked. Thank you. And we Commissioner Support Service Division and an answer Eshewe as the engineer Chimwa or started or interview as far back as October. Nedia or their Breme and on the way say Obi. Chairman Adekoka should rest. Mr. Mahama is running the country like little Johnny speeding downhill on a brakeless bicycle, as he aptly describes his difficulty in making decisions in his memoir, My First Coup d'etat. The apostles and disciples of those revoking the appointment of Ghanaians employed in the final month and weeks of the Akufo-Addo administration sold brand new state vehicles to their family and friends just a day before handing over power to a new government. Indeed, hypocrisy and dishonesty will be the downfall of this country. Where is the Shraj boss? Why is he silent on this human rights violation? Samuel Brian Boaben Wawushi. Same for Shraj, the Supreme Court has held, say always there should be a complainant. And the Shraj cannot go around and say what you radio so say a yinkophobia into or costatia in Shishemu. No. If you are so minded that you can formally complain to Shraj, with the necessary evidence, and Shraj can begin investigations. Thank you. Obi, the 24 hours economy jobs creation has metamorphosed into 24 hours sacking. One day, one go home. Resetting Mu Promax. Master Planner Junior. Obi, good evening. The contract workers at GRA now are the NAPCO personnel who worked for 5 years and later they were transitioned to contract, but now they don't know their faith as we speak. Yaquinta ewo ashaiman. Yaquinta yadase. Obi, so Honorable Adekoka is telling the whole nation that revocation of appointment means go and sit at home while they investigate? Really? So couldn't they have still done the investigation before the revocation of genuine staff found to have been employed wrongly? This is not the way to go. This cycle has come to stay and will continue when the NPP also takes office. But it is not the way to go if we say we are building a nation. Universities, upon admitting students, undertake these investigations every year to authenticate their results and certificate, and those found not to have genuine records are asked to go home. They don't revoke their admissions before investigations. I can't believe Chairman Adekoka spending energy to defend this blatant wrong in the midst of the most promised 24-hour economy. Ghana there, no. Way free. Is it? Okay, let me say. Where Charles Quating ono ewo adentan ena odi way abraying. Let me see quite a number of messages. Where say Obi, we will not allow President Mahama to mislead Ghanaians about the progress of the Agenda 111 project. We free Chairman Omare Wadie. Obi, I wish to congratulate my indefatigable regional chairman, Mark Oliver Kevo, on his appointment as the boss of NITA. I trust in his ability to deliver. Kojo Dankwa, a communications officer, NDC, Ewo, Eastern Region, Intiono, and all born regional chairman, Abaso Ene Ewie. There is a statement also from TUC, the Trades Union Congress, press statement, revocation of appointment and recruitment made after 7th February 20 after 7th February after 7th and your more headline almost say after 7th February 25th 2020 where NAR statement at you said are they?
We are not small boys.
Then didn't
they hear this long ago?
Now for 4 more more so what's all not for my casa. No mean Chinese statement. Trade union
10% to when you
TUC
10% to when you are shown. So they know that Ghanaians say Momaton locality we are black and white. And when you want and
the issue statement.
You think we are cats in this country?
Okay. Anyway, Secretary General of TUC, Joshua Ansa the show say. And I think for the purpose of Nkomo Ayedi, and I was saying kind. Not paragraph 1. On February 10th, 2025, the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah, issued a letter to quote all heads of government institutions unquote under the caption revocation of appointment and recruitment made after 7th December 2024 unquote. In the said letter, the Chief of Staff stated that quote all appointment and recruitment made in the public services of Ghana after 7th December 2024 are not in compliance with established good governance practices and principles. On the basis of this, the Chief of Staff proceeded to ask heads of government institutions to take necessary steps to annul any such appointment or recruitment. Following the directive, we have received report of mass revocation of appointment, including appointments that were done even before December 7, 2024. In some of the organizations, people who have been on contract for 5 years or more and whose appointments were only regularized in December 2024 have been terminated, losing even their contract status. This must be heartbreaking for these young men and women who are likely to be entering the labor market for the first time. The TUC has closely monitored the spirited public discourse on the appropriateness or otherwise of the directive. We find the directive by the Chief of Staff very problematic, to say the least. Not only is this directive open to abuse, but we find it extremely difficult to understand how government could describe all appointment or recruitment made after 7 December 2024 as not in compliance with good governance practices and principles. The issue of midnight appointment/recruitment has been a recurrent practice that has alternated between the NDC and the NPP. Statements from both the NPP and NDC on this matter clearly demonstrate their insincerity and inconsistency in their pronouncement and policies. In 2016, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama met with the Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference. After the elections, he insisted that he remained the president and was responsible for steering the affairs of the country until he officially hands over power on January 7, 2017. He appointed new commissioners for SRAJ and NCCE and a new Auditor General. He even increased allowances for national service personnel. The NPP vehemently protested and condemned these actions by President Mahama. In a statement on December 21, 2016, the head of MPP's transition team, Yao Osafo Mafo, described Mahama's appointment as, quote, most disappointing and exhibits bad faith, unquote. Today, the NPP has done exactly what is strongly condemned in 2016. The NDC is not only condemning what the NPP has done, but it is taking measures that are leading to the termination of thousands of employment of mostly young Ghanaians, some of whom have gone through the appropriate recruitment processes to secure their first jobs. The TUC calls on His Excellency John Mahama to stop the ongoing terminations of appointment in the public service. The mass termination of employment of teachers, nurses, and others who have been educated at great cost to their families and the nation, and who may have stayed at home for years, struggling to obtain employment, can be devastating for these young men and women. It is a blot on our democratic credentials. It can also completely sap the patriotism of these young men and women. We expect President Mahama to stop the country from sliding further down the partisan slippery hill. Just like the amnesty the president has granted to individuals who were recruited by the previous administration and who are currently undergoing training with the various security agencies, we urge the president to grant all appointments done by the previous administration similar amnesty. This will be the greatest political settlement of the Fourth Republic. It will ripple in eternity and reset the politics of Ghana. Signed, Joshua Ansa, Secretary General, Trades Union Congress. I think it's a beautiful statement. At least, Okova, baby, also Okova.
It's a very beautiful statement. But, such statement we should have come long ago.
Never sank a bantem.
Because see, you say, you pese, you boama Ghana, baby, you jano, you jina ye. Now, man, a koso, a man, said ye pe, na in chimba, a better so man, a yamaye. The way to go is not revocation of appointment. And TUC for what ho? And penny for your TUC for Ghana so for Ghana so for a soft one penny for a soft one kuma, a soft one say, and collab with the break, come sorry, it will tight. A two of you are sorry. Omuma of a tree. Oh, sorry. Only in our year, Ningano. Sass of any imams, any TUC for. Empany phone in the moment you come Obiankasa. Okay. So say all of a sudden aban we nyame yenkarasem enti omu kanasem be, and that has been a serious issue. And not until say go for that yeah bash TUC when we started attacking them, people attacking them on social media. Say mo say 30% salary increment across board was poor, was bad, was inadequate. 10% na more praise. Moma 10% to funds. And kofo ka we chese and penifo na kojiske gombotum. Kofo ka we chese no. What ye no. It is to save their faith.
No, nkofo be na kan.
I mean, it went viral on social media. I mean, just maybe. And when people started talking like that, these guys all of a sudden now found their voices and found their pens. The pens were hidden.
The statement is well written.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't have a problem with the statement. Okay. But me say this statement should have come
belated. It was like a banter.
To solve the matter and to settle the matter, because he answered the matter. Now make a choice. Say, well, yeah, you, Mira. We are in your offer. No question that one waka. Me say here and me say me prophet. Me seer. But you need the way forward be and now way forward. Way forward be what here obiaba or reset. Reset means revoking appointment of all public sector workers.
But CU say President Mahama should open a new page in our politics.
That's what I
on sign reinstated
and pay when me jamba me and pay many empathy kasano many contemporary say parliament and I make a tell me say na even John the Molukaka and pay na any encode kasa and I told them me say President Mahama can be the only president in this country. I'll bet you set a record of being do you know why? Because the time we one term. Obvious also maybe you. I was all corrected wrong. So no set country, no, a very good, no, or to be united country, no.
Very well.
And yes, to dance to the tune of his party and to sing on the same hymn sheet.
Having listened to TU's statement, would you advise President Mahama to rescind the revocations?
Me share my statement as me say. Within the next 2-3 weeks, you will see.
Chama, someone can you know cry. They all can say within 2 weeks, they're going to read. It is not true. I'm telling you, Chairman. I'm daring you. It's not true. I'm telling you,
Chairman. Make your point.
Baafi.
Yes, Chairman. What I remember to us. But me put on record saying it true.
Okay, let him make his point.
Maybe sure because say we are investigating, and within 2 to 3 weeks, those who are properly engaged, they were going to be recalled.
Okay.
Right. Now, the argument is that those who were not properly engaged, should we recall them? Okay. That's another question. But I know for a fact that those who were properly engaged will be recalled. Okay. The question is, those who are not properly engaged, are they good? So I subscribe to what Tisufono Kano. And I hope, say, all these people are Ghanaians. Two
wrongs
don't make it right. Yes. Going forward, let us so that we don't get to this stage.
That we're going forward, baby. Baby, who going forward? Going forward, baby. No. Say, in this stanza, there's no going forward.
I've told you, within the next 2-3 weeks,
changes will come.
These matters will be resolved.
Okay.
Those who are properly or not properly, we will see how best we can incorporate them into the system.
Okay.
But the bottom line is that let us look at our transitional provisions so that we perfect it so that we don't get into this
problem
that
again.
Is why, because we are building a nation. I agree with what the team says, and I believe that program here, I'm sure say Flagstaff House
80
almost,
yes,
and the voice of the people
is the voice of the law.
So if there's a clarion call, say President Mahama, this decision have been made. Let us revisit that. Meetings obey the next few days and see what outcome of this situation. Once we are able to find the money, budget. Once there budget, if we can find the space to accommodate them, I don't see the reason why the government should not do
that. Very well. Medas, we say Obi, greetings to you and your cherished listeners. Obi, please, was President Mahama President of the Republic of Ghana on the 7th of December 2024? We live to see. Greetings to Honorable Baafi, Dominic Isiyaboa, and all dismissed youth of Ghana. Where David Pra, a former Director General of the Ghana TVET Service, and Odiwe Abreye. David Pra, yedase, papa. Let me see the other ones we have here. Any other business now? Sorry. Obi, please tell the Member of Parliament to stop lamenting in your studio. They should be sacked. Ghanaians voted for JM to do as he pleases. And this is what the majority of Ghanaians voted for. Kwame Late Ewo Ashali Bochi. Good evening, Obi. You see how early the start of inconsistencies in this government towards Agenda 111 project. On the 4th of January 2025, Honorable Dr. Manebuama on his Facebook wall said, government needs 1.4 billion to complete the project. Also on the same project, Mr. Mahama said we need 1.7 billion to complete. Thirdly, their own communications director at the presidency said they would need 1.5 billion to complete this same Agenda 111 project. Obi, which is which? Which one should we believe in, please? Eyasemo, Rodney Kojo, the citizen, or Okpon Katamanso, Edia or Diaba Enono. Obi, when I hear some pastors urging Ghanaians to pray for this government to succeed, I laugh. God will not listen to a prayer for a government that revokes appointment of innocent Ghanaian youth and thereby rendering them jobless. Maxwell Uwo Abokobi. Good evening, Council Obi. Please tell Honorable Baafi to stop peddling untruths because they recruited their party people and ignored contract staff. I am a contract staff with GRA Customs. I will show you my contract letter when I see you at First Stop Kenke Joint. Dr. Pizza, Ewa Dan Soman. Hey, First Stop, no, no, I am working. Can be a tower down. So when you say, "Oh, your first stop there." Oh, okay. That's a corner at time me pa. And easy. We say Obi. Good evening. You see why sometimes your listeners have issues with you and think you are biased. You are there listening and reading all justification messages, making it feel what the NPP did is good. I'm talking about the last-minute recruitment. Obi, were you in Ghana in 2017? I wish you would allow the NPP man humbly to accept that what they did in 2017 was not good, and then allow him to humbly make his argument. Keke or Adanse Ekrufum. Keke Yadase. Obi, in November 2015, I went for an interview for a GRA job. I heard from them again in March 2016 to go for medicals at 37 Military Hospital. After all the checks were done, we finally received our appointment letters in April 2016. Please note, this was an election year, and we were given a 1-year non-renewable contract. In April 2017, few months into Nanado's first term, our contract ended, and we were sent home, 74 of us. Prior to this, we tried our best as a group to lobby our way through, but to no avail. The sad part is this. We were deducted gratuity each month for the 1-year contract. Please ask for me. Was there a need to take gratuity when we were on a 1-year non-renewable contract? Can someone explain what gratuity means in that instance? The issue became political as we were believed to be NDC. But I tell you that 85% of us were MPP enthusiasts. Something must be done about these things. As Chairman Adekoka is saying, it doesn't look good for our country. Kingsley Goss Mello, currently in Canada, and Odiwe Abreye. Obi, Chairman Adekoka is asking why MPP waited for 8 years before hiring. 8 years ago, most of them were 12, 13, and 14 years old. Obi, good evening. I am Gabriel from Omanjo. In fact, we are forgetting things easily in this country. The NPP and Akufo-Addo's government brought us into this situation today. I could remember vividly the way the then government members behaved after winning elections in 2016. Did you remember the comment Osafo Mafo then made when they were revoking people's appointment? You did something yesterday and today when the tables change and same measure is meted out to you, you are now complaining. Give us a break. Honorable Baafi. Obi, the act of sacking already engaged Ghanaian workers is unjustifiable. The precedents being set isn't the best for the country. We are gradually destroying our country on political lines. Samike Uochifo Praso in the central region. Lot and lot of your message, but let's do any other business. Nafe Yemfa Jumedi no Emra Ewiye. We say Obi, tell Chairman Adekoka that NDC members are part of those going home. Oh, yo, Yao Minta, ewo new Botiano.
But I've said it.
And
He was not listening.
we say Obi, so why didn't fire service and the police and soldiers? Okay, why didn't they fire police and soldiers as well? President Mahama said during campaign that he won't fire them. Are they more special than the teachers and other public servants? All the government agencies do that. They never mention their names in their advertisement. Okay, inti obso chesa advertisements no. Are buying agencies na more omudi. Yenye any other business na yenhwe and sorry. Obi appointing all regional organizers as presidential staffers and constituency chairmen or secretaries as MMDCs might not be the first time, but it is a policy of the Mahama administration. I was municipal coordinator of NYEP during President John Kufuor's tenure, an organization created by Kufuor's government. Upon assumption of power by Prof. Mills and the Mahama administration, we were asked to proceed on leave for reassignment. If today we would receive our reassignment letter, only God knows. Francis, our Gulf City, Nedie, our Diaba, and no. I'll come back to your messages, but any other business. Honorable Baafi first.
Yo, that's good. Mira, and then be me and Sapper me person me trigger na food na drink on. Yera Omampeni John Mahama.
Yes.
Just some few days near was share in penny for and one making some comments be a fat agenda 111 Yura and I Kufuado and MPP are buying and they buy Yura and I Kufuado and MPP are buying policy on the buy dream tertiary they say big hospitals be brave Ghana not least district bia any district hospital na region bia so nya a big regional referral hospital near senya psychiatric hospitals so account Ghana. So the intentions were very clear and no ana ira na Kufuado ifiase to mu ye ya na ira Mahama kasa no e woni kasa mu no o se ye no yetimi awie baako na ye wie no mpo no enimanim paje mu nyina mote na mpese me set record district very important pacho nyamiadum MPP aban na Adanko Kufuado ene Yoruba omia edi anim no omo wie miensa commission ye miensa ni na
commission
trade in atwuma kwahoma kokobin in the Fulcrum and Hunter West yes. Bokro yes. So Bokro this three places where a commission hospital
Nioma womb
bibia you said I mean you can go and I mean so and because these are places I won't even say oh don't
operational
it has to be operational
in the medical field
is it operational
or in the medical field no
yes
but you be so be or ye onim ayaresa honema be kire wade especially omo ye infrastructure no o be kire say you two kinds of commissions commission your practical commissions and your functional commission you know practical commission here bia o ka say bia ya we ni ya no e bi won so functional commission here ye be see we start adwuma wom and so later on ya commission na commissions it's thing na aka emra o de eje adwuma ho nti mpese o mapani or kasa next time on for 70 years Ghana ho ebra ne yebo na Ghana ho amane ne yebo kire amansan ya mo bra ne yi na yanka asem yi ya besa be kan o kira me gidi se enyo emwa manchiri ma ente Ghana ye history ase ehu se amampani bi ba ya o de adwempa ebe ya de nyaka ye wie no documenta omde ye de transition team anam ye hobi ai transition team ye nyina age tomu esan ye se eno nie ye nyina de kofi no amount a ye here e be wie adwuma na aka de 1.4 million ten na dane 1.7473 1.4 billion
Ghana cedis
until tio report na ye de transition ai discuss ye no ai nyina signing off say sabi whatever we do ye nyina agree on them say signing off 1.4 billion into na economy 1.7 mira wada roma into wada roma ye say ye nyina oban Ghana ne ye ni ye mengin ni say Yero Akufo-Addo na adwene say opeso bo Ghana ka mengin ni say Yero Akufo-Addo na adwene say opese because sabi say nyina krobia nya sabia papa e wo hon ma say nipa ewuo ne niema enye be esobeto nyesa e ma oman na atumpon enti hum ye hene ye mesramo enti records na me say straight as my code second point no say agenda 111 projects no yewie miensa pacho eno record is na ska aka ye estimates in numbers nyina wie no I the my transition team no 1.4 billion wie ye to aso no ira en se me no bi ham kakra biu e wo man yero man pani who say Ghana and ye chire o
Asempa FM
ye chire Ghana aso man amaya ye nyina ye po na nyame dia beduam ene ye nyina ye chire sa man no de na meka elia won na meka se o man pani Ibrahim Hama nempesu yi e wo se oye president de bin sida o Ghana because our opportunity no so obes make history no be set record as the only president of Baya na only a kwai so be ko biu inti niema e wo se ye ni ye nyina wa ye ni ye amama na agenda so very important hwe ade ha me pa da makoma so e wo sase mo mbekai e o man so the politics agiche mu you be no a principled politician me say me asem na enye nra meka say enye enne enye ma betra studio ha aka ne pay actually say yes say you to radio station be and last 4 years meka ho asem say enye 8 years enne wasa ye bia meka ho asem say enye and but that's not the way to go cause uba no o say o man ye nye ye o say o man no our money is skewed towards one's political set. Into the other political party, people, they are also not benefiting from the government. Until you are coming to reset the country. In other words, you are coming to bring the country to a new place. Come to know. Me as a principled politician, must say, other than your own corner, say the bear be a binya krono faso. Nemo sesia no wa yeso ba ya obe your money ye no udi chemu na ebetu that is not the way to go me ya akoyese na ya akoyese nchemu beba Ghana na hwe in the history of Ghana e been sida at this time. I'm telling you. Do you know why? Because politics first no na eruanom emrantie no na enkola bebrenya politics. We have to be very sincere to ourselves. Yes, no. When we're even doing student politics, my parents were not even happy with it, because my mother told me some person make politics. That's how come when I did student politics. But when I exited the university, I didn't come straight to the party politics. Most of my friends, student politics. To say I don't pray. To say they all came to do politics, but my because I'm preso. Until only hodie, me imagine something yet. At that time, no, nan collabi bring your politics. Okay, deputy ministers, any CEOs, that collabi president go for time, can cry. And me say, yeah, me who Liman, Mira, not Liman time, not your man 20 years for no on work. But most people who were in government, even as deputy ministers, were 40 plus. It means na abino, then collect bring home, and then young people are dorsal or political space. But the kind of examples are almost politics. Young pays yes, papa. Example of hate, politics of insult, politics of tension and animosity. I mean chaos. Honestly, these are stuff that need to be part of our politics today. It be esra me ba best of my perimama and the makuma sopa. Me say on certain record. Say President Obaya or no ni interest say obeka Ghana nyina bom. Na obema Ghana ni bia hu say oye oman panima ye nyina. Cause udi akire ni o party for ka. Udi akire ni o party for say yeah. Na ke say yeah na pese ekoso. Because medical bisa kwesi say MPP ni NDC. Hwanam na atra ba mu ache na kwa chem say NDC. No kre obi anim. E dike say NDC for atra ba mu ache dia no mo bebre say yen. It is omo ye wie. Omo chance say ombe corrected no mo ye wie. No mo ko na NPP ba under time. No mo anya ni mani ye na. You can't tell MPP say going forward. There would not be any going forward. The going forward has been crushed by our actions, any inactions, whether it was good or not. I can be buying as a mine. Give me chat to
Asempa FM.
Because I can't have an what fascinating me. Yes, sir. And I sorry, crack on a minute. Quite some coffee for already. As I said. Me di twato na bia na mama mi rachama aba eye me no mienu o mayeti ensema me kan ye ensema da makoma so me bae na se beka se ye be yo man papa ya sade o man no ye be yo man papa ya sade ene se da bia na ye heli ene ma nye oh party for hey me kan obi say hey do dia so dia now oh and enya wa ban ni no I mean me kan masa refer say MPP ni NDC one atra ban so achema o kan makase enti ye koso sa ye oman 40 member a ye be pre oman ni ye die ni oman ni kan ko yen ene ye heli pa and unkofo mwe me wonwa titru mwe me wonwa pa unimom mwe me wonwa pa journalist radio journalist political show hosts Asempa show hosts political show hosts for Adum TV show host for Onua TV for and Obia for and asofo Ghana pacho mama ye you and you Bible say let your ye be ye and your nay be nay and ne we nya ochira nye say we osofo nyame sofo a nyame ngo sra wo so se bi kafrache a wonim say enipa o Ghana had also wo mu chefa bi omo ye wasore ma de o kan no say nye no and na nya ka na honto na yesa na ya na ye te on ma because of touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm unti asan ha kra na ye kasa we mu e be say kara na drinka say so for ebi say de omo carry omo no enye correct they should be able to be straight with Ghanaians. Let Ghanaians omo yad na nya mo sorika say nye say ene preacher man obi eyin krofo adi na ne kofo do mpeso ebi obi yade anye obi so yade anye yanka at that time no tell say na oyosofo dunga osoka okay mate say mu journalist ye kasa e radio so a who so obi mislead the public who so the no you can na dey yan say obi mislead the public no and now mislead the whole and as all chantro telling lies na all kasa you know na obi is glued to us to his set or her set otie asem no otie we na o ka asem na to the tribunal no na ne baharo no ne basu no asore ko now be correct as no die na asema she intimate say
be fear that say
radio show host for especially political talk show host for am host to Asempa FM show so because na say no so di to am correct immediately and kasi en twen ansa
be fear me that
yes ma nyo na me no kasa be ka asana obajiba ho
me that say pa chairman of the coca me pacho my yes chairman
Matna Ghana ha 8 years under MPP.
Yes.
Baafi the constituency. Baafi otnasa no buene numa. Numa Baafi ka. Baafi mika sometime ko gina se marketplace o se de o video bi insama Baafi kan in there be the better ha wa say white Baafi as a white na o preachy. I preacher man. Hey, 45 days of NDC in power. We are sir. Hey, if I'm going to recount Nema Baafi or crime on the constituency, Eastern region, New Dwabe, South Comfort. Hey, Biria, I hope your next time you baha na wa producer no we call you tapes of Baafi. Na ya bona ye tie. Today Baafi is preaching. Let's go back to this agenda. 1-1. President Akufo-Addo first social see 88. Ofi 88 no ba 90 something. Ofi 90 no ba 111. Ino nankasa bu enenum say before Obefi Abaimuno, he is going to commission these hospitals. Here, just go to La Polyclinic. What has happened to it? Fanfare. Now, what's the President Mahama there on Kanokre? He is in government now, and information ayada bemano chese. Agenda 111 no more. We need 1.7 billion to finish. Secondly, some of them know there's nothing to write home about. None of them is more completed trade. None of them is operational. As we sit here today, none of them is operational. Until there, one kind of crano. About to say more commission 3. As for commission, getting the end of the Akufo-Addo's regime, he was commissioned things that were not completed. He was doing that. Or no, President Mahama tells you, Commissioner General. It's not just that commissioning things. Into commission, what commission, but is it operational? That's what the question is. Now, Ghana for. You have voted more President Mahama. As the doomsday now, Minua Baafi preaching, it's not going to happen. President Mahama is focused or reset the country. Inoma wuka ahoba ya share 8 years mutina boy mu nema mu ye asisia the cathedral musi mu $58 million akoshe form. Nothing has come out of it. And then you are saying that if there's an illegality here, we shouldn't talk about it. If a radio station was closed some few years back, you closed because you said there was an illegality. So if we have come back, now radio stations that are being closed and there's illegality here, we shouldn't do it. What kind of country are we? Their country, we say, offense, Bahama or rule. If there's an illegality, because or criticizing some few years back, he should close his eyes about the illegality. No, he shouldn't. In Toby, we are going to reset this country. As a matter of fact, by all means, there will be pitfalls. It's a human institution. Yeah. By all means, but in Pakrona, on your pitfalls, he quickly corrects himself. And just say, "Oh yeah, papa." Say, "Oh my policy way." The people are mayor policy. it is not tweaking well with them. You have to go back and revisit and tweak it properly. And that is what we are going to do about this, what do you call it, layoffs and revocation. We are going to tweak it and put it right and make sure that our people who deserve to be coming back to work, they will come and work. That's not the doomsday. And like I said earlier on, going forward, we should make sure that we do things that will not the benefit of the country, so that this way come.
There's no
I don't
want to say going forward.
Mami come there. Mami come there.
Going forward.
Whether you like, and the majority of Ghanaians.
There's no going forward. We are going forward.
Where we are, Mami
I'm in fact going for the count.
You don't tell him
Mrs. Going forward.
No.
This country.
Going for
You shall see from 1957 independence, and we have been going forward. We can't afford to go back. No more year. That is why coup d'etat first coup Ghana. But going for you say no. Those things does not endure to our benefit. Until whatever the situation, abandoning Yakra, we should wait for the 4 year and change government.
Sure.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, sir. Yeah, transitional arrangements. If you say there are flaws in it, it behoves on all of us to rectify so that the doomsday now person who preach, it never happens. We don't give cause for that doomsday for those kids are okay to throw stones at us. That is good governance. Until, for me, 45, 46 days in governance, we are going to read the president will give the true state of the nation address on the 27th.
Yeah,
the true Thursday. The true state of the nation. Then we take it from there, and then in March, his budget, his first budget, proper budget, will be put in place.
Yes.
Will be read,
yes.
And then that is what would then inform Ghana where we are going to go in the next 12 months. So this is where we are now. So my brother, be patient. There's no doomsday coming. We are going to reset this country, and Ghana. By the time of President Mahama, the 4-year term,
yes.
We will have seen that legacy. Ojama Ghana no. A legacy. Since can Ghana about Kwame Nkrumah din, because Kwame Nkrumah left a legacy for us. So we want President Mahama also. Posterity will judge him after he has left office. So he's on the right track. No more, no more so promising. So far, I will give him about 75%. There are a lot of a little bit here and there. Oh, say yes, and we are going to do it. Obi.
Very well. Honorable Member of Parliament for Old Tafo, lawyer Ekosiisen Tasifo, say Obi. Interestingly, I met the persons who have been affected by these termination of appointment. It is worthy of note that some agencies have taken advantage of the situation to revoke appointment of persons who were employed in 2017. And yes, 2017. This is insensitive to the highest level. More to come. Ekosiisen as for 2017. They said no,
they are doing what they said.
If there are infractions,
yes.
like I said, we are going to correct them. That's all. There's no need to be happy on this. If there's any, bring it to the notice of government. Government is going to look at the paper, and I'm sure.
So now Kosaki or Safmafo, Nana or Edmo, NCA. Rashid people, Samantha.
No, don't be the hypocrite.
Rashid people's wife has been working there for 8 years.
Don't be hypocritical. Don't be.
No, come on. Rashid people's wife.
4 legs are good. 2 legs are bad.
Obi, special regards to Honorable Baafi and Chairman Adekoka. Tell Honorable Baafi to take it easy. Jimmy Owusu Kwating, Ewo Virginia in the US of A. And on the way, Abba. There is a statement and so from the Ministry of Roads and Highways dated 25th February 2025. Also, Roads Minister inaugurates a 5-member committee to review activities of other road operation in the country. The Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Kwame Agboja, has inaugurated a 5-member committee to review the operations of the Acid Load Control Program to enhance its effectiveness and efficiency. The committee includes representatives from National Security, private haulage operators, the Ghana Highway Authority, the Ministry of Transport, and the Ghana Standards Authority. The committee is expected to identify systemic and operational issues that require reforms, interrogate any violations of regulatory provisions, evaluate the management of collected fines, and provide suitable recommendations to improve the program. Overloading heavy cargo vehicles has been identified as a major factor in the premature deterioration of roads, of road pavement, and increased traffic accident. As a result, the ministry is seeking to reform the Acid Load Control Program, which is facing numerous operational challenges. The ministry assures the public of its commitment to enhancing road safety and mitigating overloading to ensure road pavements fulfill their intended lifespan. There is the Public Relations Unit head, Nasir Ahmed Yate, and Onodiwe Abrenti. I think that's the release from the Ministry of Roads and Highways. Ma yenhwese obi. Yes, nyame adom yewie yedamo asepa nyame nhramo. The Honorable Baafi and a Chairman Ade Koka yedamo nyina ase. Obi, it's time to stop taking citizens for granted. Politicians shouldn't be exempt from paying their utility bills just because they hold public office. Using public funds to cover the utilities of the president, ministers, CEOs, and other heads of institutions must end. They should be held to the same standards as every other Ghanaian and pay for their own services. The president, ministers, CEOs, and appointees should pay their utility bills like every other Ghanaian because they are equally paid. It feels unfair that politicians promise to improve our lives while enjoying free services and perks while citizens struggle. If they truly want to understand the challenges we face, they should experience them firsthand by paying their own bills. This would not only promote equity and fairness, but also reduce the financial burden on the state. It would also encourage them to be more mindful of their consumption and spending. Pythagoras and Onodiwe April. Let me say a big good evening to Honorable Kwame Poku CID. Inti on the day message bar earlier questioning the understanding of Chairman Adekoka as to how recruitment into the public service is done. Inti Honorable Yedase Papa. Ma yenshena yemfa the next 5 minutes and kind messages kakra, and then we'll say goodbye. When the messages are abano edoso. Obi, good evening. The NPP man is not saying the truth. I am a contract staff at GRA and I've been contract staff for more than 6 years, and they only recruited their party boys. Kofi ena Odiwe aba Kofi Yedase. Obi, please, good evening. I would like to let the NDC former chairman know that those of us who have been affected are in a dilemma. So he should say something that would cool down the heart of the youth. Just imagine if the mass youth who have been sacked get guns, what would happen? How I wish Chairman Adekoka's relative was part of the persons affected. But the relatives eka ho kan want to say on one party for be a friend. Obi, please, you are confusing yourself with job creation and job employment. Sheriff, please point out the confusion at MYE. We all learn every day. Dominic from Kaswa CP. Or see, Obi, what President Mahama is doing to Ghanaian youth is uncalled for, and they are going to lose the 2028 elections. Trust me. Dominic or Kaswa. Good evening, Obi. I'm currently working at the airport. It took me more than 3 months before I got my appointment letter. Please keep me anonymous. Greetings to Chairman Adekoka and Honorable Michael Okyere Baafi. Thank you. And thank you too. Obi, we are in the office when these people bring their appointment letters after the election. Okay, when these people brought, that should be it. After the election, all the appointment letters were backdated. Some November and October. Obi, NPP is crying because they allegedly took money from these young Ghanaians, so they are afraid the people will come back for their money. Jonas Agbeko, Uoko Foredia. Obi. Okay, John in Kaswa, I think I've already dealt with your message. Thank you nonetheless. Obi, good evening. Please ask the ECG about this new meter. I used to buy at most 80 cedis credit monthly, but just 3 weeks ago, ECG officials came to change the meter. Obi, in a space of 3 weeks, I've spent 150 Ghana cedis, including their 50 cedis bonus credit, making it 200 cedis. What is happening? Emmanuel from Ablekuma, Manhian. Obi, just as Chairman Adekoka said, that something must be done about it. I think that something must start with them as they are in power now. Kofi in Dansoman. Obi, a nurse has died in the Okyere district because the government has revoked her appointment. You see now there is blood on the hands of the NDC government. Very bad. Mr. President in Denmark. Okay, in the Mr. President, the artwork attached to Uwe, any source be into that information cannot be verified. Sincere apologies to my listeners for reading that message out. The said artwork is any source. Let's all be careful. And Mr. President, let's be careful. Even BBR online, you don't take it hook, line, and sinker. Please, Obi, good afternoon. Blame the NPP for their secret recruitment without financial clearance and due process. Why do they cry wolf after laying off 13,000 workers in 2016? Some of whose lawyer was Samson Ladi Anyanini. Ghana Web 2017. Under Kufuor, it was proceed on leave against the NDC members, leading to the arrest of Chekata in church and Victor Salome, who died in prison for no crime. For no crime? Somebody who was convicted? Okay, one for Wudianka, but your message is an interesting one. Obi, please extend my regards to Musa Superior. When are you inviting him for one-on-one discussion? Maxwell Asante, Greater Accra Regional TESCON Secretary, and Onodiwe Abreye Yadase. Papa for unso message and there. This one says, Obi, I humbly don't expect President Mahama to attack. That is not part of our issues. Obi, good evening. Please, is Chairman Ade telling us such people were not factored into the budget for the first quarter? Obi, good evening. Kindly tell Uncle Adekoka that I only got to know that he's my uncle from his Ekumfi in Crawford in the central region. Tell him I'm also the Deputy Communications Officer for the NDC in the Sikumo Dobin Brakwa constituency, and I'm serving my second term. Finally, let him know that I've also come to Accra. Yaw Asamoah Buckman, Breman Bedum, Yaw Asamoah, Oya wanke de friend waba Accra friend mani hu. Why? Na nkomo e wo bia na modie ebusua nkomo. Obi, please ask. Okay, I think I've dealt with this one already. Good afternoon, Obi. You are talking about export, but exportation of soybeans has been banned. The government should release the ban so that we can export our soybeans. Okay. Yate that's papa. Hi, Obi. I'm Ben, listening to you now from London Whitechapel Hospital, and I always do so while working with my earphones. Ben, That's we appreciate your commitment and your loyalty to our show. God bless you. Good evening, Obi. I'm listening to you live from Etobicoke in Canada. Clifford Enediwe Abba. Please, Obi, ask the Electoral Commission when the temporary staff in December 2024 election will be paid. James Oduntia ewo Amasaman. James Oduntia uwo Amasaman odie enono. Okay. We say Obi, Ghana Water Company in Amasaman should do better. I've made payments for a new connection to my house since December 18th, 2024. Till date, they always have an excuse for me. And now they don't even answer my calls. Chris, or Sapeman. Chris, that should be really difficult. Sincere apologies. Hi, Obi. I'm very disappointed in Ghana Water Limited in Afienya. Since Thursday, we don't have water till now and no communication from anyone. Why is it that GWL and ECG will never tell us anything when there is an issue? Is there any law that we can use against these entities regarding their poor service? Obi, please, a friend of mine was sacked in 2017 when NPP came to power. Sami from Spintex and Udiwe Abrey. I think I've done justice to quite a number of your messages. Thank you for bringing them through. But this one says, Obi, the traffic condition at Amasaman is terrible. I was stuck in traffic for 4 hours from Sapeman to Amasaman last Saturday. Kobe, was Spintex. Kobe, Yedase. Obi, what was the outcome of the Abronya invitation to NIB? My name is Nana Sibobo. NIB, the invitation, I think tomorrow, right? Wednesday in the China. Eno Ebebaso. Obi, I am also enjoying your show from Peckham City of London. And special regards to Peter Che Echampong, Onu Northampton, and Ivy Sly from London Transport in Camberwell. Nana Okyere Baafi, aka Lady Case, Onu Ghent in Belgium. Master P ewa London, and anyway, Aba Master P de debia. Or Chianco Forza, Master P. Hey, and yeah, you, your friend is saying, music for your dancing feet near your house. Maybe I'll bet Chianco Forza. So, anyways, ain't it? Yenshana, Yenfa Jumedinina, I think it's been a fantastic show. But before I say goodbye, listen to this.